Welcome to Sailing to Victory, Southampton's first episode. I'm Sebastian,
And this is Genesis.
and we will be discussing Mariner athletics.
This December we'll be having lots of local games from boys and girls basketball,
Winter track, and 2 local wrestling tournaments.
For more information on games, meets, and matches, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Southampton Athletics 11968. And now for an interview with Southampton's Athletic Director, Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips is the athletic director here at Southampton. He's been here for state final 4, Long Island championships, and numerous county titles in a variety of sports. He was also the last football coach to lead Southampton to the county finals in 2005. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. So my role here at Southampton is, as you said, I'm the Director of Athletics, Physical Education, Health, and Wellness, which encompasses a lot of different roles in the district. So besides overseeing all the sports teams, the coaches, I also oversee all the physical education teachers and health teachers in the district. As far as wellness, I also deal with the nurses in the district.
How long have you been playing, coaching, or anything else, etc., with Southampton?
So I am in my 24th year here at Southampton. I was blessed and lucky to be able to coach the varsity football team for about 10 years, from 2003 to 2012 or 13.
What did you play in high school, and where was your high school?
So I grew up in West Babylon and went to West Babylon for my entire K-12 education career. I played football, basketball, lacrosse during my high school years. So that was early on. I did baseball. I tried a lot of different things, and but when I got to high school, it was those 3 sports that I focused on primarily.
Where would you coach when you did? Where would you coach that sport when you would do coaching?
So prior to coming to Southampton, I actually got my career started in Virginia at a private school, where I was hired as the athletic director and football coach. And from there, I went to a school in North Carolina called Rocky Mount High School, where I was the athletic director and football coach, and moved back to Long Island, and actually started my first job here on Long Island was at Center Riches as a dean of students for 1 year and then an assistant principal. And I really didn't want to be a principal. I really didn't enjoy that job too much. I wanted to get back into being in charge of athletics and phys ed and health, and was lucky enough to be hired by Southampton in September of 2001. So along the way, mostly I've coached football throughout my earlier years prior to coming to Southampton.
What would you say was your most memorable moment as a Mariner?
There's been a lot of great athletic accomplishments over the years. Certainly when we went to Stony Brook when I was coaching in '05, that was really an incredible experience, and I still unfortunately regret a certain play call that changed the outcome of the game, but you just have to move forward, and watching so many of our teams either play at county or Long Island championships has been a real pleasure to see our kids play and excel at those levels, and I'm still waiting for a state championship. I don't think we've had one in my 24 years here. And also, too, the thing we created about 10 years ago in 2014 was the Southampton Wall of Distinction, which recognizes the history of alumni who excelled in sports, business, community service, military, and to see those nights when we have the community come back and I get to meet a lot of the old Mariners who went to school here. It was probably one of the best nights.
Who was the toughest opponent you've played in high school or played against?
When I was in high school at West Babylon, or when I was coaching here at Southampton?
Either.
So Babylon is always the nemesis. When we coached here, they were always the team we lost to in the county championship, so I really don't like them. And they've always been pretty tough. But when I was in high school, I think probably Babylon, because we were right next door. It was still always a rivalry, kind of like Southampton and Hampton Bays. But yeah, they were the toughest.
Who would you say was your inspiration on or off the field?
That's a tough question too. There's so many people that have been in my life. Um, Probably my dad. You know, he was always at every game. He played sports, and that was always a connection for us. Um, he would drive down to Virginia 9 hours sometimes just to watch a game, you know, and then head back on a Saturday. And so, you know, he's always been there to support. And he even comes to Mariner games now. He'll go to games when we play Babylon. Their school's nearby. He's just loves sports, and so he's always been my inspiration.
What are you excited about this upcoming or during season?
Certainly, the boys basketball team has high expectations once again, and I think after winning 3 county championships in a row, it's going to be exciting to see if they can pull off a 4-peat and maybe get upstate again. You know, we always have kids that are excelling in individual sports like wrestling and track. So we usually, the winter season is a little tougher for the track kids to get upstate, but usually you have a couple, I think, kids in wrestling that could be potentially all county and get upstate. So it's always exciting to see, especially the kids who are having success and you know, enjoying the moment, because sports go quick. I tell people all the time, you only have 4 years to play sports, so do everything you can. And then we spend the rest of our life talking about it.
Do you have any rituals like for sports or anything?
When I played, it was just really we just always put the right sock on first, and then the left sock, and then just everything had to just look good. I mean, back in the day when I played in high school, you had to have wristbands and all these things. You guys don't even know what wristbands are anymore, but now it's sleeves and stuff like that. But nothing crazy. But just, you know, you go through just mentally getting focused when you play a game, and you try to keep your same routine, whatever it might be.
What would you say your go-to meal before or after games?
As an athlete, most of the time it was some kind of pasta and chicken. Usually that's a pregame meal. It's pretty standard when you're playing a game that day. You're usually making sure it's like 3 hours before you play, so you have time to digest it.
If you could have a dinner party with 3 people of your choosing, living or dead, who would they be and why?
I would say Tom Brady actually would be one. Arnold Palmer went to Wake Forest, and I always admired him, not just for his golf, but for his community service. And number 3, I grew up as a Seinfeld fanatic and loved watching Seinfeld, so I would get some comic relief and have Jerry Seinfeld at the dinner table.
Thank you very much, Mr. Phillips. It's been an honor meeting you. You know, thank you for everything you've done for Southampton. And I did not know that you were the last coach to lead Southampton to the county finals. Thank you for coming on this podcast. This was our first actual interview with someone, so we appreciate that very much from you.
I appreciate coming, and it's not as easy as people think when you sit here and you try to answer questions, and you did a great job with the questions you asked me, and I look forward to hearing from this class and the students in here with everything you guys are going to be doing in this broadcasting class. So really exciting stuff. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips, for being our very first guest on our podcast.
Boys and girls track team have had some meets and done well.
Congratulations to the wrestling team for doing well at the Spring Garden tournaments in East Hampton with 6th place winners and 2 finalists.
And our boys and girls basketball team have both won home games and are currently on winning streaks.
Some Mariner trivia. Who is the turf named after at Southampton? Please leave your answers in the comments.
We'll be back next month with more interviews and updates. Follow us on Instagram, Southampton Athletics 11968, and remember to subscribe. Come sail with us.